it was, we were able to share with you on a web conference on this very same channel kung ano po yung ating distance learning options. But for the purpose of all the others that have not yet seen this, let me just share with you the options for enrollment in distance learning with Batangas Christian School. So unang-una po yung tinatawag natin na printed modular distance learning o yung tinatawag na PMDL. PMDLs are printed materials that serve as guide for both teachers and learners through the content of. Okay, so good evening everybody, good evening parents, good evening students that are tuned in to our BCS YouTube channel. My name is Teacher Cindy and I will be your host for this evening's Parent and Student Orientation for School Year 2020 of Batangas Christian School. So in behalf of Reverend Pastor Ephraim Camacho, our President, and our Principal, Mrs. Joel, alright, so I would just like to share with you the vision of the Batangas Christian School Learning and Continuity Management Plan. BCS offers its students access to quality Christian education and support in online, modular, and blended instruction. We do this to enable global and digital learners to become mature and godly leaders in the 21st century beyond the corners of the classroom. Its mission is to provide a matrix of development from Christian character to real-world scholarship. BCS LCMP provides a high-standard, holistic, integrated, and sustainable biblical learning experience aligned with the goals and directorship of the Department of Education. The core values of BCS LCMP fully aligns with that of Batangas Christian School itself, in that we see vision, faith, and excellence as a continuous cycle of values that are the strongholds of our learning modules. We are also providing you with the slide presentation that we have prepared for you this evening. So if you go down to the description box underneath, meron po kayong link na makiklik dyan. You can download the PDF copy of this particular slide presentation. Alright, so on your screens, you're going to see the three main subjects we're going to cover today. These are distance learning options, best practices for distance learning, and the parent helpline. If you were with us sometime in early July or late June, I believe it was, we were able to share with you on a web conference on this very same channel kung ano po yung ating distance learning options. But for the purpose of all the others that have not yet seen this, let me just share with you the options for enrollment in distance learning with Batangas Christian School. So unang-una po yung tinatawag natin na printed modular distance learning o yung tinatawag na PMDL. PMDLs are printed materials that serve as guide for both teachers and learners through the content of and learning activities for a particular subject area. These are primarily made available to students who do not have internet-capable devices o kaya naman ay limited ang kanilang internet connectivity. We also have online distance learning or ODL. The teacher and learner shall interact exclusively through the assistance of communication technology. Ito po ay nangyayari through the formats of asynchronous or synchronous learning. Teachers will require no mandatory on-campus meetings. And finally, we have Vibal's Learn at Home module. Ito po ay homeschooling wherein our parents serve as parent teachers. Alright, so let's just go over some of the features of the printed modular distance learning. PMDL are instructional materials with parent as teachers. Our students access this kind of instruction that are primarily designed by our teachers, no, using reference materials. So the PMDL packets go hand in hand with their books. So required po ang mga libro para po sa PMDL. Kasi po kapag po wala pong libro, wala rin pong mapapag-aralan at wala pong masasagutan ang mga bata. The good thing about PMDL is that pupils learn at their own pace. Parents have the particular role of serving as parent teachers. This is where parental support and guidance is a must. Parent teachers facilitate instruction and kayo pong mga magulang ang magmo-monitor ng student progress gamit-gamit ang ating mga modules. Teachers do offer a little bit of support in this. Teachers offer support by means of text messages or telephone feedbacks, no? Next, we have for student PMDL packets, we are going to be releasing student PMDL packets are going to be released starting August 17 to 21 at 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. This is going to be released by the teachers at the Batangas Christian School Unity Covered Court. So, pag pick up po natin ang ating mga packets this August, you will be receiving part of the first quarter of the PMDL packets. Just some reminders. As you pick up your child's packets, please make sure to wear a mask and a face shield for your health protection. There will be temperature checks, a foot bath, and there will be contact tracing forms available for you to sign in with. Only one person per family will be allowed entrance into the school. Please do not bring your children to the school. If it's necessary that they be here, then please make sure they remain in your vehicles. They will not be allowed to enter the campus because of health concerns. In online distance learning or ODL, these are some of the features that are present. Online distance learning or ODL modality. This is a teacher-led instruction modality kung saan students access their digital instruction with the help of some printed reference materials such as their books. Student communication will be done through Microsoft Teams and the other Microsoft 365 applications. We do not hope to use social media in terms of communication with our students because the number one priority for us is the safety of your students, of your children, not only from the virus and other health concerns but also from online predators. Teachers design the sequence of the learning materials. With this communication, we are also able to provide immediate feedback and understanding checks. Mabilisan po naming masasagot ang mga tanong ng mga magulang at lalo na ng mga bata. Agad din po namin matcheckan ang mga gawa ng mga bata upang matanggap nila ang kanilang mga feedback so that they can fully understand their lessons. Lessons in ODL will be happening in real time or they may be happening in a flipped classroom situation. Pretty much like what we're doing right now, wherein teachers will be recording their lessons with complex issues, but for scheduled times during the week, we will also have live conferences with the students. And finally, we have the Learn at Home homeschooling platform by Vibal Publishing. This is a parent-led homeschool where students access a hybrid of digital and printed instruction. Students mainly communicate through the vSmart platform, and Vibal provides a home kit for our parents. There will be no teacher feedback provided for Vibal Learn at Home. Now we're going to move on for the best practices for distance learning. We call these best practices because these are research-based and experience-based ideas and tips that we are going to be sharing with parents and students alike. There are going to be 8 points that we're going to cover. 1. Define a physical space for your child's study. 2. Establish routines and expectations. 3. Begin and end each day with a check-in. 4. Take an active role in helping your child process their learning. 5. Establish times for reflection and prayer. 6. Encourage physical activity and exercise. 7. Set rules for social media interaction. 8. Remain mindful of your child's stress or worry. First, let's focus on defining a physical space for your child's study. First of all, the area that you create for your child must be in a family area and not your child's bedroom. The reason for this is that a child cannot be expected to sleep or experience rest at the same place where they are engaging in work or study. Napakahirap po para sa mga bata na magkaroon ng compartmentalization ng kanilang pag-aaral laban sa kanilang pagre-relax. They will have brains that are always turned on and they may find it very difficult to sleep or to rest inside their rooms. Also, this serves the double purpose of being able to fully monitor the progress and the learning situation of your child kapag po sila ay nasa isang public space sa loob ng inyong sariling bahay. The physical space must be quiet, well-lighted, and well-ventilated. You must remove all distractions from where the child is situated. Halimbawa po, ilagay natin ang study area ng ating anak sa dining table. Make sure kung saan po sila nakaupo ay hindi po nila doon nakakaharap ang ating TV, kung saan tayo ay nanonood ng ating sariling mga panoorin. Inaasahan din po namin na pagka ganito po ang ating sitwasyon ay mananatili po na mahina ang level ng volume para po naman ang ating mga bata ay makapag-concentrate sa kanilang mga inaaral. Make sure that the students have easy access to everything that they need. However, this does not include food and drinks. Bakit po, Kanyo? Number 1, the food and drinks that we usually serve to students during this time would probably end up being junk food. Yung ika nga ay yung mga chichirya. So, iwasan po natin yung mga ganyan. More than ever, the health of our children must be of the utmost importance to us. Furthermore, food and drinks also serve as distractions for our students. Ayaw po natin yan. Drinks or beverages are admissible. However, make sure po yung drinks po natin ay nakalagay sa isang bottle o sa isang lalagyan kung saan pagka siya ay natumba, hindi po matatapunan yung kanilang mga digital devices. Most of all, kids, listen to this. Make the best of what you have. Hindi po inaasahan ng BCS na tayo po ay bibili ng bagong mga kagamitan para lang po mag-set up ng physical space para sa ating mga anak. Importante lamang po na merong lugar para po sa kanila. When you set up your study area, make sure students that you have a flat surface for writing and for reading. Even a flat surface kung saan ipapatong natin ang ating mga digital devices, whether they are your cell phones, your laptops, or your tablets. Make sure you are using a chair with lower back support. Karamihan sa mga bahay natin gumagamit ng mga monoblock chairs o kaya naman yung mga upright back chairs. Ang pwede po natin gawin ay magdagdag po tayo ng unan sa likuran ng mga upuan para po maging mas komportable sa ating mga anak. Make sure that the feet must be flat on the floor to prevent swelling. Avoid wrist and eye strain. Ayon po sa pag-aaral, kailangan po ng at least 18 inches ng mga mata natin away from the monitor. Ang ating elbows ay 90 degrees, flat ang ating wrist sa ating table. There is at least 2 inches space from your torso to the desk para you can move forward or you can move back. At kung kayo po naman ay adult height, ang height ng chairs natin ay 18 inches din. If possible, let's position where our students will be working near a window. Una po, dahil po sa ventilation purposes at pangalawa po, para po naman sila ay magkaroon ng resting area. Napaka-importante po ng negative space para po sa sightline ng mga bata so that their minds are not always cluttered with what they are doing. And because of this, we are introducing challenge number. And now, we present to you challenge number 1. Study Area Photo Challenge. We challenge you, students and parents, to set up your child's study area. Your study area can be your personal desk or pwede rin po yan mga dining table natin o kaya naman ay yung mga unused corners ng ating bahay. Take a photo of your child working in this. Upload to Facebook with the hashtag BCS Study Space. Hashtag Blue Lions, ready na! And of course, hashtag all for him. Number 2, let's talk about routines and expectations. We must make sure to create timetables for our students. We need to make sure that there are enough breaks and that they are able to move around as they continue with their working day. Parents, it is important that you set expectations for your children. Make sure that the students are also able to sleep early and that they also wake up early. Before I get into this, I would just like to tell you that there are 2 kinds of learning in the BCS LCMP. Yung tinatawag nating synchronous at asynchronous lessons. Pag sinabi po nating synchronous, in sync, ibig sabihin happening at the same time. Sabay pong nag-aaral ang mga bata at ang pagtuturo ng mga guro. Pag sinabi naman po nating asynchronous, ang teacher ay magre-record na ng kanyang lesson. At ito naman ay papanoorin ng bata ayon sa oras na itinakda ng bata para doon. Kailan po ito nangangailangan? Kailan po nagkakaroon ng difference? Madalas po gagamitin namin ang tinatawag na asynchronous lesson kapag ka po komplikado ang mga lesson. Pag kailangan po ng mahaba ang pag-aaral, ito po ay ire-record namin rather than have it during a webinar session. Bakit tayo magkakaroon ng asynchronous lessons? Ito kasi ay para bigyan ng mga bata ng pagkakataon na mag-reflect, mag-isip, balikan ang kanilang mga lessons. Imagine na lang ninyo kung napaka-complex na nga ng lesson and they don't have their teacher them, they cannot process the questions. Bibigyan ng pagkakataon ng mga videos na ito ang mga bata na balikan ang mga tinuturo ng kanyang mga guro. Okay? This also means that in asynchronous lessons, the students are not pressed na magbigay ng quick response. In contrast to synchronous lessons, kung saan immediately a student must give their response. Okay. Paano naman po tayo magkakaroon ng asynchronous lessons? Ang asynchronous lessons, ang feedback po nito ay magagawa sa pamamagitan ng emails, discussion streams, at saka blog. Ito po ay matututunan natin sa iba pang part ng series na ito. Yun po ang susunod namin i-upload sa inyo, para po sa inyo. Sa synchronous naman or real-time lessons, meron tayong video conferencing gamit ang Microsoft Teams, chatting. Ito po ay katulad ng ating face-to-face environment. Okay. Sa screen po ninyo ngayon, you're going to see the sample student online classes. First of all, please note those that are denoted in yellow highlight. Lahat po ng yellow highlight na yan, ang kanilang synchronous classes. So, para po sa elementary, Monday at saka po Wednesday, ang kanilang online classes. Ito ay simula alas 8 ng umaga hanggang 11 ng hapon. Pwede po ninyong gayanin ito pong timetable na ito, kung saan makikita po ninyo na iba-iba pong mga subject ay binigyan namin ng 1 oras na independent work schedule. Ito po ay flexible at saka self-paced. Ano pong ibig sabihin? Kung sa araw na ito ay ayaw ng bata, halimbawa Monday, ayaw po niyang mag-aral ng Filipino, you can simply substitute, say, science for that time. But make sure that there is time for Filipino on that day. However, what we do suggest is that when you create your timetable, make sure that you stick to that timetable. I-keep na po natin yung timetable na yan. Dahil po yung pong consistency na yan ay napaka-importante para po sa routine ng mga bata. It helps build organization and character among our students kung sila po ay meron po niyang tinatawag na consistency. Here is a sample of the junior high school online class schedule. You can go ahead and pause the video at this point in time. So here you'll notice that there are some differences. Dito po, Tuesdays and Thursdays naman po, starting grade 9 hanggang grade 12, ang mga online classes natin. Ito po ay nagsisimula hanggang alas 8 hanggang 11 ng umaga. Mag-iiba na rin po ang format. Meron po tayong inalat na 1 hanggang 1.5 oras para sa independent work nila. Pero Pero likewise, flexible pa din ang kanilang learning at mostly, ito po ay self-paced pa din. Ito naman po ang sample ng senior high school student routine sa online classes. Again, pansinin po natin yung mga highlighted in yellow. Those that are highlighted in yellow are the synchronous learning. So, grade 11 hanggang grade 12, ang inyo pong online classes ay on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These are going to start at 8 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Syempre, meron namang break in between. Pansinin do that because of your workload, 80 hours per semester ang needed dyan, meron po tayong inalat na 1.5 hours of independent work schedule. So, distance learning is going to be accomplished online using Microsoft Teams and Appbakada. Re-releasean po kayo ng aming e-text ng email address. So, ang typical na format po ng email address natin ay first.lastname@batangaschristianschool.com. Example, juan.delacruz@batangaschristianschool.com. Matatanggap po ninyo ang password gamit po ang mobile number na inyong sinumite dito po sa eskwelahan namin. Kung kayo po ay walang matatanggap na login information, mangyari lang pong mag-message po kayo sa amin. Pero po ito ay ginagawa na ngayon. So magantay po tayo starting today. So magantay po kayo ng login credentials ninyo starting today, August 3 hanggang Wednesday, August 5. So again, ang isusupply po namin sa inyo ay ang mga email addresses na gagamitin po ninyo sa Microsoft Teams at Appbakada. Once natanggap na po ninyo ito, wag na po ninyong iwawaglit. Isulat po natin kung saan po hindi natin mawawaglit ang mga ito, hindi natin makakalimutan. Okay po? Ito po ay mapapag-usapan pa po natin sa susunod na mga panahon. Are you ready for challenge number 2? Morning routine video challenge. So here you are going to create a quick 3 to 5 minute video showing how you and your parents get ready for your distance learning school day. Upload your routines to Facebook using the hashtags BCS Morning Routine 2020, hashtag Blue Lions ready na, and hashtag All for Him. Third thing we're going to discuss is primarily for parents. Parents, make sure that you begin and end each day with a check-in. Mangyari lang po magtanong po tayo sa mga bata, kahit po sila ay nakakatanda na. Actually, the older a student gets, the less inclined they are na mag-share po sa atin. Kaya napaka-importante po na at the start of the day ay magtatanong tayo sa kanila, and at the end of the day, we check up on them as well. What are some of the things that you can ask? You can ask things like, what are you learning today? Did you need my help today? Natapos mo ba ang trabaho mo for science? For math? Establish this early check-in ngayon pa lang, habang nagsisimula ang mga bata. Kasi it's important that you establish that routine before they begin to struggle. The moment they begin to struggle, the students will become frustrated and the parents become frustrated as well. And no work will be done. Here are a couple of other things that you can ask your students from day to day. You can go ahead and pause the video now to take a look at this or take a screenshot of this particular slide. Next, here is another slide primarily for parents. Take an active role in your child's learning. Engage your child in conversation. Engage your child in conversation. Remember that in school, meron po silang interaction with at least 8 teachers in a day. At least. There are in fact 30 teachers here in school. Not to mention, meron pa po tayong mga office teachers, meron pa po tayong mga teacher employees. Napakadami po nilang ka-interaction na adults. When we talk to our children, we give them opportunities to interact with adults. It gives them opportunities to develop a thought or ask a question. If we don't talk to our children or we don't engage them in conversation, napaka-vital po na nawawala sa interactions ng mga bata. So make sure that we engage our children in conversation. Let your child do their own work. Do not do the work for them, even when they struggle. Kahit po nahihirapan sila, allow them to own their work. Whether they have one mistake, two mistakes, it's really not relevant. What's relevant is that they learn from those mistakes and that they struggle through the lesson and that they finish it. Napaka-importante po nito pong struggling na ito ng mga bata because it aids in their eventual understanding. If we just give them the answers or we just go through the lessons without fully understanding it, we are robbing our child of true learning. This is very important for all families, not only in these difficult times, but also in every day of our lives. Make sure to establish times for reflection and prayer. Parents, students, pray. Pray every day. Pray in the morning. Pray when you eat. Pray when you start doing your work, and pray before you go to sleep at night. Sabi sa Luke 1:37, "For with God, nothing shall be impossible." Parents, make sure that when you establish your timetables, you include a Bible reading time for your kids and for yourselves as well. Start a daily devotion with your children. Start a Bible journal. You can even make use of technology in order to establish times for reflection and prayer. You can click the picture here on the left and the picture on the right. Ito po ay isang free application para po sa mga estudyante. These are animated Bible stories. And over on the right naman is a link for an application for parents' devotion as well. Staying in conversation with the Lord is very important for our mental state and our emotional health, not to mention our spiritual health as well. Being with God will help us stay sane in this time of pandemic. And so, this is challenge number 3. This is the daily devotion challenge. We challenge you to read your Bible every day this August. Share your verse or what you have learned. Upload to Facebook and include the hashtag BCSPray August 2020 with hashtag Blue Lions ready na and hashtag All for Him. Next, we encourage that you include in your timetable physical activity and exercise. Exercise, of course, is vital to the health of our bodies. Pero alam nyo ba, parents, it's also important that you model and encourage our students to keep fit. Let the kids pitch into the housework. It's a great way for them to start moving. Marami po tayong nakikita dito mismo sa YouTube. Click on the link on your screen para po mapuntahan natin ito. This is a family cardio workout. Do it as a family. It's going to do it with your family. It's going to not only improve your health but also going to improve your relationship with each other. This is the last challenge. Challenge number 4. BCS Fitness Photo Challenge. Find a healthy physical activity that works for your child. Halimbawa, habulan o kaya naman ay workout. Take a photo with you and your child together. Kids, hindi lang kailangan parents yan. Pwede yung mga kasama ninyo sa bahay, si lolo, si lola, tito or tita. Make sure that you do it with somebody. Prove to us that you are keeping healthy. Upload to Facebook and hashtag BCS Healthy Family or hashtag Blue Lions ready na and hashtag All for Him. Parents, this is very important that you do this particular tip. Set rules for social media interaction. Parents should monitor and be examples of how kids use social media. Let's be honest, adults. Sometimes we also take advantage of social media and we are not careful of what we do in this virtual society. Kailangan po maging modelo tayo para sa ating mga estudyante. Social media apps are not official school-sanctioned means of communication. Hindi po natin gagamitin this school year ang social media applications. Hindi po ito recommended para sa mga bata. Remind children to be respectful and appropriate in their communications with other people. Just because you don't actually see them in person doesn't mean there is no real person at the other end of the screen. Meron po. Respeto para sa ibang tao. Yan po ang kailangan matutunan ng ating mga bata at maging ang ating mga sarili. A student's written tone may offend or may cause harm to another person. Remember, it's very important to be kind and live the way Jesus lived in this life. Here is an article that we have linked for you as well. Tap on the picture to take you into the article. This one discusses the impact of social media on young people. And finally, remain mindful of your child's stress or worry. It has been such a difficult half year for everybody. We have no idea when this particular pandemic will end. We can only pray and hope for a better tomorrow. While you parents may be taking most of the burden of this, what we don't understand is that sometimes kids feel the burden too. When you worry, they worry as well. Children feel stressed too. In fact, they run the gamut of emotions. One time, sabihin mo, bakit laging galit ang anak ko? Minsan naman, bakit lagi siyang nagkukulong? Minsan naman, kinakausap niya yung cellphone niya, pero ako, hindi niya ako kinakausap. These are all signs that your children may be stressed. Although it can be difficult, try not to transfer our anxieties to our children. Instead, talk to them about positive things, about things that you can do while you are at home, and spend real quality time with them. Sitting in front of the television, being silent is not quality time. Take the time to engage them in real, actual conversation. Most importantly, a consistent family prayer routine is the most important thing that we can possibly give our children during this time. We present to you the BCS Parent Helpline. This is mainly for PMDL enrollees use, but can be used by anyone needing help during this time. So our landline numbers are 043-980-6176. A word of advice, our landline number is only available or will be answered only during office hours. That's at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. in the afternoon. You can also text us with Globe number 0916-200-1678. TM users can also use this particular number. For our Smart and TNT users, you can also use 0961-419-7381. You can go ahead and pause the video and take a screenshot of this particular slide. That's it for the first part of our Batangas Christian School Parent and Student Training and Orientation for school year 2020-21. Have a great day today and make sure to join our 4 challenges with all the hashtags that have been provided. Everybody, let's do everything for Christ's glory. BCS Blue Lions, ready ka na ba? Bye!